All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start off by giving all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all the Akim out there preaching this word in sincerity and in truth. And today, I'm going to get into a lesson on, the Lord pretty much opening up the spiritual world to the physical world, because pretty much everything that we experience in life is governed through the spirit. Everything that happens in the flesh starts with the spirit. And pretty much what the Lord is going to do is He's going to bring plagues on America, which is modern day Egypt, like He did in the past life. And one of the main plagues that a lot of people in the world don't know is that when the Lord plagued Egypt with 10 plagues, when He plagued them with darkness, what came with that darkness was apparitions. They were seeing ghosts, they were seeing creatures, they were hearing things. And that's coming to this modern day America, with the modern day Egypt, which is America. That's coming back on a high level. You're going to see ghosts, you're going to see apparitions, you're going to see all types of things happening, and these people going to bug out, And this is the first scripture. This is Psalms 78 and 49. He casts upon them the fierceness of His anger, wrath and indignation, and trouble, by sending evil angels among them. So the Most High, He controls the left-hand side and the right-hand side. So it says He sends evil angels among them. So these demons, they controlled by the Most High, and He sends them on people. And He's going to send these demons, and He's going to make them to where they physically manifest themselves before these people, So wherever you go, you're going to be running from the FEMA troops, and you're going to try to take refuge in the house. You're going to run in that house, and it's going to be filled with apparitions. You're going to drop dead off the side of seeing shit. That's in the scriptures. But I'm going to bring out this next scripture. This is Ecclesiastes 1 and 9. That thing that has been, it is that which shall be done. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. So if the Lord smote Egypt with plagues in the past life, He's going to do it in this life on a greater level, And I'm reading, this is Exodus 10 to 21. And the Lord said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand towards heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. And Moses stretched forth his hand towards heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. And there it says, they saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days. It says, but all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. So the modern day Egypt, like He plagued them for 3 days with darkness. So it was darkness. They said it was so dark you could feel it. You could actually feel the darkness. And they were seeing apparitions in that darkness. But it says, but all the children of Israel had light in their dwelling. So in this modern day time, the Lord is not delivering all Israel. He's only delivering the elect and the 1/3. So the modern day, the Lord is going to be protecting His elect from these things that are coming, the plagues, from the darkness, from the apparitions. I'm gonna bring out this next scripture. This is Wisdom of Solomon 17 and 1. It says, for great are thy judgments and cannot be expressed. Therefore unnurtured souls have erred. For when unrighteous men thought to oppress a holy nation, they being shut up in their houses and prisoners of darkness and feathered with the bonds of the long night, laid there exiled from the eternal providence. It says, for while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under dark vows of forgiveness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions. So they were troubled when that darkness came on the earth. They were troubled with ghosts. Like you got the movie Ghostbusters. That's actually in the scriptures. Those apparitions, sometimes the Lord allows them to appear and show themselves, and it bugs people out. That's why they got these shows. They got ghost hunters. They got all these movies. You know, in the movies, people be terrified, you know, just seeing the movie. So how much more when it's actually a reality, when you're seeing these apparitions appear before you, you know, terrorizing you. It says, for neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear, but noises as of waterfall falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenance. So they were seeing demons appear. They were hearing waterfalls. It's all types of things were happening. They were like, what the fuck is going on? It says, no power of the fire might give light, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure the light that horrible night. So no matter you could have the brightest flame in front of you, still couldn't see. That's how thick the darkness was. And it says it was a horrible night. And this, keep in mind, this was 3 days of this, you know, 3 days of just not being able to see nothing. 3 days of then when you were able to see, you seeing terrible visions. It says, only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself, very dreadful. For being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight that they saw not. So the things that they saw in the darkness was more terrible than the things they couldn't see. That's how bad it was when the Lord plagued Egypt back in the past. So how much more in this modern day time when the Lord said he's going to do, it said Daniel's the 12th chapter that there's never been a time like this on the planet Earth. How much more when the apparitions come on this side, you know? It says, as for the illusions of art magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. It says, for they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear, worthy to be laughed at. So the fear that they were being terrorized with was worthy to laugh at them, you know. It says, for though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that passed by and hissing of serpents, they died for fear, denying that they saw the air which could of no side be avoided. So they died of fear. They had heart attacks. You know, which the scriptures speak about that. Men's hearts failing them for the things coming on the earth. You know, so it's going to be a terrible time when the Lord plagues America. This thing, you know, we speak about the chariots coming back. We speak about the nuclear missiles. We speak about martial law. All hell, but apparitions is coming. You know, ghosts. I'm going to jump to verse 15. It says, let's see. Yeah, verse 14, I started. But they sleeping the same sleep that night, which were indeed, it says, intolerable, and which came up them out of the bottoms of the inevitable hell, were partly vexed with the monstrous apparitions. So they were seeing monsters, you know, apparitions appear, demons, creatures, you know. These things are real. These things are actually all around us. These creatures and these demons, these spirits are what possess these people. That makes them bug out, gives them terrible thoughts. These demons actually exist, you know. But the Lord has the power to open up that realm to where you can physically see them, you know. It says, and partly fainted their hearts, failing them for a sudden fear. I'll read that again. It says, were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions, and partly fainted, their heart failing them, for a sudden fear and not looking for came upon them. So pretty much they were dropping dead of heart attacks. You know, it was so terrible, the sights that they were seeing, that they dropped dead, you know. And I'm going to bring out this scripture right here. It says, this is Luke 21 and 25. It says, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are come on the earth. for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So you're going to have men dropping dead just off the terrible sights that the Lord is going to bring on the earth. That's how terrible this time we're getting ready to enter into. That's why you got to have faith that the Lord is with you. And you know, you got to pretty much, I'm going to bring this out. This is Isaiah 33:6. It says, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure." So the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of Yahweh Shema Shai is what's going to keep us stable when these things come on the earth. Because when these apparitions appear, we're going to know, okay, the Lord plagued Egypt, the ancient world, with these same spirits. So it's when we see it again, we're going to know, okay, that's the Lord bringing forth that his anger on the earth, you know, with apparitions, with death, you know, with diseases, with famine. You know, these are the plagues that are coming on the earth. But it says, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So that's what's going to keep us stable, having this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Lord's mighty works, you know, because the Lord, there's nothing impossible to the Lord. So when this thing go down, it's going to be terrible, you know. That's why we got to keep that faith, you know. But with that, I want to say all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shema Shai, you know. Shalom.